Welcome back to another episode of Kate and Isaiah Living Large. I'm Isaiah.
And I'm Kate.
And on this episode, we're going to be super hyper local and talk a little bit about St. John and the positive stuff we've seen changing in St. John as far as health-wise is concerned, and maybe some other stuff too, but who knows?
Who knows where this is going to go?
Who knows where this goes? But we're going to talk a little bit about St. John and the changes we've seen. But before we begin, anything coming up? Anything new for you?
Yeah, I've got a show coming up at Hampton Brewing on August 28th, which I'm looking forward to. Thursday, it's going to be a Thursday night. It'll be a good time. By the time this episode comes out, it'll be announced that it's me and Austin Hill, I think that's his last name, and Taylor Lakefort and John Scove Nielsen, power couple of New Brunswick comedy. And I'm really looking forward to it. It's such a nice venue, and I hope to see lots of people out that I know in the Hampton area.
Which one? Hampton Brewing?
Yeah, Hampton Brewing. Have you been there?
That's the one off of Paddle, the meat place, right? Is that where? No, I know where. Never mind. Yes, I know where Hampton Brewing is now. Yeah, it's right off the highway there.
Yeah,
yes,
exactly right.
Yes, I do. I've been there a few times. I really do like it there. I like the little stage area and the little fire. It's a nice little spot.
It's a nice one, and I guess they bought a cover for their patio area so that even if it's raining, they have like a hard top cover that they can put up.
Oh, that's cool.
Which is super cool. So like, rain or shine, it's still going to be an awesome venue for a great show.
Yeah, no, I do. I also like their beers. There's some good beers.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah. For me, still the hold tight. There's probably something I can announce shortly, but not yet. Soon.
Soon, Isaiah will have news.
Yes. So hold tight. Other than that, I've been working out. I've been swimming a lot lately.
Oh.
I've been trying to.
Does that sound like a hint for what's to come?
I've been trying to get my cardio up, and I don't like treadmills, and the bike's okay, but swimming's
such a great thing when you're carrying extra weight, especially because it takes all the pressure off your joints. And I'm not even a good swimmer, but I just like being in the water. Yeah, this is my swim. If you're watching on YouTube,
the little splashy frog crawl.
Yeah, that's the technical term.
Yeah. I've been doing a lot of front crawl and back crawls.
Nice.
Yeah, trying to get my cardio up, but because I've been lifting a lot of weights, but not doing a whole lot of cardio.
Nice, good for you.
So,
and you used to be a lifeguard, right?
Yes, yeah, I used to lifeguard, swimming instructor, all that fun stuff. So
incredible.
Yeah. But let's just jump right into this conversation about St. John and the new updates, the positive stuff we're seeing.
Sure.
I think the first big one is the bike lanes.
I know a lot of people are super annoyed with the construction on Main Street right now. And I've heard a lot of negative feedback online of why do we need bike lanes? I've never seen anybody cycle in this city anyway. And I remember when the cycling community was vying for this. So in little St. John history lesson. Little St. John history lesson. In the 60s, there was something called urban renewal. And
I have a book.
And they thought that St. John was going to be this boom city that was going to grow to a population of about 250,000 to 300,000 people. And so they had really smart municipal designers design the city in such a way to allow that number of people. And so they built the university way up in Milledgeville, and with future plans to build a hospital there, which they did in the early 80s, of course, St. John Regional Hospital, which opened in 82. I didn't know that I could spout this off so readily. This is such an ill-planned episode. I'm well, let me give you a little history lesson. And one of the things, and then I think that's right around the time they built Harbour Bridge and made that a whole thing. And then Main Street, they designed it with 2 to 3 lanes up and down, because with 250,000 people all running around the city, you would have needed that. Well, Main Street has never needed that.
No.
Main Street has never been that flourishing, dynamic roadway that it had intended to be. So, and I know everybody gets used to using that space because habits. But what the city decided to do, because there was no real cycling passage between the north end and uptown.
Right.
You know, people say Harbour Passage can work, but I understand there were some there were still a couple of gaps there. I'm not an expert on it. This is just what I read in the media of the day. So the city went forward with this plan. Didn't cost a lot of money. And I know it's been annoying for the summer, particularly with all the bridge construction and lots of flaws on that front. And I've seen it play out in real time because my work is very close to there. But I truly think it is positive news to see those bike lanes.
I think so. I think that we have a habit here in New Brunswick in general, but in St. John areas, I find, especially, and maybe it's just because I'm super local here, but of seeing any change and putting a negative spin on it. Why we need to do that? Why do we need to do this? And we always see negatives in the changes and not the positives. But I do think that the bike lanes are going to see an improvement in, because there's so many more e-bikes around. There's so many more people. I see people biking all the time, and people that say they don't see cyclists biking just aren't paying attention.
Right. And it's kind of, if you build it, they will come kind of situation too.
Field of dreams.
If they don't have anywhere to go, if you can't safely bicycle somewhere, are you going to do? Am I going to use these bike lanes? No, probably not.
I probably will.
Yeah, that's good for you. I don't even have a bicycle. Like, this is not something that I'm looking at going, this will be super useful for me, which is what a lot of people are like, well, there's not going to be enough room for my car. And I'm like, well, probably me neither. But like, at the end of the day, I actually think this is a better move, because I meant to start the episode this way. I was reading online that this may be an old stat and there may be some shifts in it, but at least in 2012, St. John was the most obese city in Canada.
Yeah.
And, you know, even if those numbers have shifted slightly, well, there's still lots of fat people here.
Yeah. I mean, I think not just the bike lanes, but I think that there is a push in the city to have better walkability, better parks for people to spend time outside in.
100%.
So I think that's a big thing too.
I mean, the extensions of Harbour Passage recently are incredible. Like, walking that trail is absolutely amazing. That red path is a real gift in this city. And the more people out walking, doing stuff without it being, when it's safe and accessible and all of those things, the more we'll improve those numbers. Like, Fredericton has amazing bike paths and has had them for years.
Right. No, I think the one thing that I will say that I think that needs to be looked at is, as far as the bike lanes is concerned, is places for people to like actually tie up their bike after when they get uptown.
Oh yeah, that's a great idea.
I think that's the next thing that needs to be looked at.
Because crime is still a thing.
People are still going to lose their bikes, so I think that's something. But I mean, I think the bike lanes are definitely a start. And then, like you said, the Harbour Passage. The Harbour Passage has been great all along, but the new extension on it is looking great. And like, hopefully, once that building gets built and they put like pubs and stuff in there, it'll be even nicer to walk around that space. Oh
yeah, the Fundy Key or whatever. Yeah, that's coming along too. Like, what a great project. And even by that extension, Rockwood Park is amazing, and the Irving Nature Park, and there's so many like active places for people to go.
Mm-hmm.
And the more we can alleviate the passageways there.
Yeah, I think that definitely should be a definite thing to look at is how do people get to Rockwood Park? Like, there's some ways to get there, but is there it may be a little bit easier way to get there?
I think the long-term plan is to extend Harbour Passage
towards there. I
think that's my understanding.
That would be nice.
Because it takes time and money, and like, I know there's other issues in the city. That's the other thing you see online all the time is, we still have a homeless population and this needs to be taken care of. And why are we wasting money on a bike lane nobody's going to use?
Because money allocation is a thing.
Right. Budget allocation is indeed a thing. But like, you also need to have a city that people want to live in.
Yeah. I found it really funny when people were really upset about 15-minute cities. You remember when people were like super mad about 15-minute cities? I think I think that's a great idea. And for those of you who don't know what a 15-minute city is, it's basically the theory that you should be able to within a 15-minute walk be able to get all of the essentials. I'm not talking going to Walmart and getting like shoes and stuff, but I'm saying groceries, drugstore, that kind of thing.
Yeah,
I think that is a great idea because the more we can encourage people to get out and walk and be in the community.
Yeah, you get to see more people.
Yeah.
And yeah, anyway, I don't want to get up on a soapbox here because there are some legitimate concerns.
Oh, no, 100%.
And like, you don't want to cause traffic congestion and all this stuff too. Like, and like, I will say because construction comes in steps as they were installing the bike lanes around.
It was annoying.
It was annoying. And it was like one step at a time. It was before there was a sign there, but after there was a block there, I saw a couple cars try to go into the bike lane and have to back up and stuff. But that's just like, you do that once and you're never going to do that again.
Yeah. There are definitely some issues with the way it started. The implementation of the construction on it could have been maybe
I don't know
a little bit better.
I think all construction, it just has to happen. Like, it's going to be annoying while construction.
Oh no, happening. It's really, I mean, I know construction's going to be annoying, but
yeah,
I do like that they changed the Harbour Bridge to not shutting down during, even though I don't take it, shutting it down at night instead of during the day. It's a positive.
I can't believe that wasn't the thing that they led with. Not just like, we're going to shut this down 20 minutes at a time whenever we can decide, whenever we need to, with no notice. And they're like, whoa.
Yeah, no, it's a whole other thing.
Yeah,
but I don't know. I do see positives coming to the city for as far as like fitness and health is concerned. I think that's a huge thing that we should be looking at more and more about.
Yeah, because we talk a lot about going to the gym and stuff, but the gym is not affordable for everyone, right. And it's still important to be active and
yeah.
And it's nice to see the city thinking that way. I'm really pleased with that outlook, like the walkable cities, the cycling lanes, all of this stuff. And I know it's not without controversy, and I know it's not without annoyance and all this stuff, but I don't know. It seems it's good to me.
I think if we want to move forward as a city, I think that those are things we have to do.
Well, I don't know if we want to move forward, Isaiah. Have you ever seen the comments on Sims Corner?
Oh my goodness.
Like, it's been working perfectly fine for 50 years. I was like, for who?
Just like 4 accidents every couple days. Don't worry about it.
It's like, anyway.
Yeah, I mean, I think that there is, in order to be that driving city that we want to be in New Brunswick, I think that we have to put things behind us and think about what the future is and what's going to happen. And I think if we're really talking about it, we should be encouraging some of those changes.
Absolutely.
Now, there are some other negative changes that are happening, but those are a whole other thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, and then as far as like, I've seen a lot more gyms popping up recently too, for some reason. Yeah. I mean, we've talked about gyms closing and stuff, but I've seen a few stuff about new gyms potentially coming.
That's great.
Which is interesting. And then there's a new thing in Brunswick Square that I know it's not like fitness related, but it's like, there's like an arcade thing going in Brunswick Square or something.
Oh yeah. Cool.
It's kind of cool.
It's nice to see things revitalized post-pandemic.
Yes.
And I know like a lot of people who work at a couple of big employers have been sent back to work lately 5 days a week. And I know that
sucks.
Well, but it actually, I think it's part of the reason that some of this stuff is coming back too, because people are back uptown working all the time. And as frustrating as that is for people, because, that's not up from a city perspective and an uptown perspective.
It does revitalize the city a bit.
It does bring people back uptown regularly. So more things can open, more restaurants, etc., more things to do. Yeah. So that it doesn't feel like a zombie movie when you walk through Brunswick Square. It's great.
True. I mean, yeah, for sure. And I think the people that I think big boisterous people about complaining there's nothing uptown, potentially just don't go uptown in the first place.
It could be.
I in my experience, a lot of those people just don't go uptown and don't actually.
Yeah, there's a lot of perceived fears about like, where do I park? What do I do? You know, all of those things that, you know, are solvable.
Yeah.
Things in some cases they're not, maybe, you know, but
no, there are definitely improvements that we still need to be made. But I think in general, I think the city's moving, be it slowly, in a positive direction.
I know this is going to be a couple weeks later, but you haven't been to any of the Area 506 shows.
I have not. I didn't go to any this year.
Yeah, me neither, but looks like people are having a great time.
Yeah,
Seeing lots of great response online.
Great weekend they had for it, and same with Boxcar. They got a great weekend for Boxcar too.
That's awesome.
Crazy that it's
so great to see.
So nice.
And Moonlight Bazaar too.
And Moonlight Bazaar, yeah.
No, I just want to throw those out there into the
ether.
Into the ether.
But let's wrap this up. Any last thoughts before we wrap it up?
You know what? I think we should just all take I mean, I sound like Pollyanna here these last 2 episodes, but like if we could just all take a deep breath in a minute to just think about things a bit more critically, but also a bit more positively. Like, not everything is bad, and we don't need to run to the internet to voice how negative things are all the time. But when there are legitimate concerns, that's totally a reasonable thing to do.
Sometimes the sky is not always falling.
Exactly.
But where can people find us on the internet?
Kate and Isaiah Living Large on Facebook, and you are where?
At Maritime Brews on all of the social medias. Of course, you can still donate to us at Buy Me a Coffee. The QR code will be on the screen here somewhere. And of course, if you are listening on Apple Music, Spotify, wherever you listen to your podcast, if you can like, share, subscribe over there, or hop on over to YouTube, see our beautiful faces as per usual. If you are on YouTube, if you can like, share, subscribe over here, that's definitely appreciated. And we did a shout out last week. I think we should do a shout out to Terry, who's
yes, I love her so much.
Watching as well.
Also, her haircut looks great. I see online. Yes, thank you for saying Terry. Terry is incredible. She's so kind and so supportive of our podcast and of us generally,
and of you. She's been to more comedy shows of you than me.
Yeah, well, that's not hard, Isaiah. Someday you'll be a good friend. Someday,
not anytime soon, but someday. But thank you, and of course, thanks everyone else for listening, and we will see you next week. Bye.